In the previous video, I showed you guys how to create shapes in Blender. And today I'm going to be showing you how to edit them. So in Blender, editing shapes can be made by either combining them, for example like this, or by cutting pieces out of other ones by using the combine tool, like that. However, in Blender, while these tools do exist, there's a way better way of getting around it, which is by using edit mode. So to go to edit mode, let's select a shape and click here and click edit mode. Or at the same time, you can use the tab key on your keyboard, which is a lot faster and a lot easier. And as you can see, this cuboid is made up of 8 vertices, but it's also made up of edges. So if we want to switch between vertex selection, edge selection, and face selection, we can use the 1, 2, and 3 numbers on our number line, not on the numpad. And that'll be something I get back to later. So, for example, obviously selecting this is a lot slower than just selecting that by using the 3 button and then clicking on faces. Alright, so now we want to edit the shape. Let's select a random vertex, and then, as we learned previously, all of the tools that exist in moving around the shape by using the grab tool or by using the scale tool also work in edit mode. So if I want to grab these 2 faces, for example, and grab them along the z-axis, there we go. And see, in TinkerCAD, this would have taken a lot more time because you'd have to get a cube and then cut out a triangle from it, and that would have taken a lot more time. We can also use the scale function, say along the z-axis. Let's say along the y-axis to extend it. And you can really now see how this is going to save a lot of time and let you make more complicated shapes. Right, so now let's talk about adding more edges to this. The first way to do it is by using the subdivisions. Subdivisions basically make this shape more complicated and add more vertices. So say I want to make the middle bit of this stand up, like let's say a sort of spike, like a roof. What I'm going to want to do is press Ctrl R on my keyboard, or I can right click and press subdivide. Let's do that. Let's select all and press subdivide. Right, as you can see, it's made this sort of cut in the middle and along every side. And if I wanted to just make the cut in the middle, I would have pressed Ctrl R and then selected along which axes I want it. So if I want this axis, and then click to make it there, or if I want that axis, click to make it there. So let's just stick with that for now. Then let's grab these 2 vertices. Let's just head over into orthographic mode to make this a bit easier. Grab, lock along the z-axis by pressing G and Z on your keyboard, and then moving it up. And there we've got a sort of house roof, if you want. Okay, so now say we wanted to move these, add like another vertex into this that isn't by subdividing. So let me add a plane, and let's just delete 3 of these. So we're left with a single vertex, and that probably doesn't really seem very useful, but the beauty of Blender is you can create pretty much any mesh you want. So let's press E to extrude. And just like that, we've got another vertex that's connected to this, and they're both on the same edge. Let's add another one by pressing E again and again. And like that, we've got a series of vertices all connected together. And then the E tool also works on multiple vertices. And because this doesn't actually have any real geometry, it's just a bunch of vertices sitting connected by edges. Let's press E again. And just like that, we've started making a real shape. Obviously, this again doesn't have geometry because it doesn't have volume, so you wouldn't be able to 3D print this, for example. Let's select all, press E again along the z-axis. And just like that, we've got a shape. This could be, I don't know, a car fender, for example. And this is one of the many things that just makes Blender so powerful when compared to TinkerCAD. Think how long you would spend in TinkerCAD making a shape like this, for example. And it's all incredibly easy and fast and customizable. So that's one of the many amazing things about Blender. And in the next video, I'm going to be taking you through even more complicated shapes that we can make using this edit mode tool.